relating to that.
All right, guys, fire away.
Bill, what did you think of that stretch in the second half where you guys went on a run and were shooting well? It seemed like that was maybe the most fluid portion of the evening for you.
Yeah, I actually thought the first 9 minutes of the first half was pretty good. First half, I think we had 21 with 12 left, and then I thought to start the second half, it's probably the best run we had. So, yeah, I thought it was good. I thought we defended better, and then guys made some shots. So it was good to see Zeke, Rylan, and Diggy, make some shots because that's what they're here to do, and they were a little bit more aggressive shooting it.
Coach, you got over your season high from last year in three-point makes and three-point attempts with 11:40 still to go in the second half. How different does the offense feel this year?
Well, it doesn't feel great because Hunter's not out there. I didn't think our offense was that good, but I did think guys can look to score more. That's quite a stat you're pulling out of the air during exhibition deal. So we'll see how it works once we can play real games. But I do think, in all honesty, the percentage of threes that we need to shoot probably doesn't need to be 55%, but it probably needs to be over 40 or right around there. And last year, I think it was around 30. So good question.
Bill, I think you talked about the lack of regression from AJ. What did you think of him today, and what are you looking for as the season kind of starts?
Well, I thought he was okay. I still think the ball has a tendency to stick sometimes, and sometimes he bails out the defense by shooting, some soft jumpers rather than trying to get to the hole and get fouled. But when he did take it to the hole, he got fouled, just didn't make his free throws. But I thought he was better. But certainly I think there's a big jump that he can still take.
Bill, you know what you have in David now. But did you know that when you got him, when you brought him in? I mean, that he's this carefree, just let it fly, play hard, get after it.
Yeah,
I mean, did you know that?
That's what we thought he was.
Okay.
And now, granted, playing against guys that aren't Arkansas-type guards, it's a little easier to get a shot off than it was the other night. But I do think he's a good shooter. I think he's a good scorer. And certainly, I thought the thing that he did best tonight was pressure the ball and really give himself up offensively, and the ball didn't stick. He's starting to figure it out.
Playing him next to Juan, what did you think about that combination in the backcourt?
Oh, I think it's fine. I actually think he helps Juan because he's a better ball pressure than Juan. So I think there's some things about David that actually will make Juan better and allow him to be more of an anticipator and stuff like that. But he's a good guard. He's just little, and he's going to have a hard time scoring over any length. But if he can create space for himself, he's got a pretty decent chance of knocking it down.
And with Zeke coming off the bench, did you notice anything different about him or what he offered?
I thought the reason Zeke came off the bench is because I couldn't get him to shoot it in practice. So I thought it was probably good that he looked to shoot the ball because that's what those guys are here to do is shoot the ball. So I thought Zeke. I was probably as encouraged about him as much as anybody because he needed to see the ball go in the hole, and it looked good tonight.
And Coach, with Rylan, obviously got a great stroke from the perimeter, but he's really long. What all can he bring to you defensively?
Well, I hope he can bring a lot. I think he can become I thought at Alabama he was a good on-ball defender. I mean, I thought that he was able to take some guys out of games with his length, and he slides well, and he's skinny enough. It's hard to screen him, and so I think he can become a very adequate defender. But the reality of it is, we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, but being able to throw the ball to him with a quick release and some size, it's good that he can get a shot off.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about that pregame interaction with Coach Ballard? So you guys kind of smiling and, chatting it up. What was that about?
He owes me money. He hadn't paid me. No, we all love Brett around here, and his family, and Kelly's great, and the kids. We all really want Brett to be successful, and I think he's going to have a really good team. I do. They were missing one of their better players, obviously. I think they're going to have a good team, and they're well coached. They did some things that we hadn't gone against one time. We hadn't gone against ball screen traps or anything like that all year long. So he did some things to keep us off balance, but they're going to have a good team.
And you talked yesterday about early wins, building confidence. What kind of value does an exhibition game like this one have?
I actually seeing the ball go in the hole with actually people in the stands. I do think it helps. I do think it helps. So it's amazing to me when we weren't great by any stretch, but when you have some good things happen, it's so much easier for the next day to have more energy and look forward to it and that kind of stuff. And so I think the guys can watch this tape and also see we're not that far off in some areas, and even though they didn't have the speed to get downhill off ball screens, but it was still a lot better tonight than it was the other night.
Coach, I know there's a little bit of a talent disparity them being in Division II, and Hunter wasn't playing, but they were a little undersized. Their center was 6'8". Is that something that helped you guys that you haven't seen yet in practice and learn to maybe guard an undersized team in the future on your schedule?
Yeah, but their 5-man really didn't shoot a ton of threes. So I don't know what he did. What he shoot one? So I actually think we'll play when other teams are small. We're going to have to adjust. But it was probably a pretty good matchup. The thing about it is with KJ, it doesn't matter who's out there. He can guard whoever. So you can actually play big or small against us. And KJ's capable of guarding 1 through 4 no matter what the situation is. The question will be, how do you guard 1 through 4 when they have a guy that's going to roll the guy into the post and try to post Diggy or Juan? And that we got to figure some of that stuff out.
It's 6 days until the season opener. What do the next few days kind of look like for you guys as a whole?
Off tomorrow, and then I think I could be wrong. I think we go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, and then we'll go Monday through Friday. But I think we have 2 more days off, Wednesday and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So, chance to hopefully to get healthy. But like Hunt and Shaq, if this was a regular season game, they probably both could have played. But Shaq's foot was a little sore, but Hunt feels better. So hopefully with 1 more day off tomorrow and then by Thursday there will be no limitations, I hope, on both of them.
In between now and the season opener, what are you hoping to see from the team in practice?
Ball
Make you feel
screen
better?
defense, and I do think we can get more fluid offensively. I don't know how you guys felt watching it, but it seems like to me we should have had more points than what we did, because we actually shot it fairly decent. But unforced turnovers, turn it over too much, a lot of different things. But it's hard to score as many points when neither team shoots any free throws. So we got to figure out a way to get to the free throw line.
How different or similar maybe are Shaq and David? I mean,
they're polar opposites.
Okay.
Shaq is a strong, explosive, quick athlete that can play up underneath you and can knock you off balance with his strength, but he's not a scorer, not a shooter like Ziggy. I mean, make a shot, but that's not what he does. And Ziggy, I'd say, would be the polar opposite of him.
So room for both, clearly.
I actually think that I see Shaq be more of a point, and I see Diggy be more of a 2, to be honest with you.
And then with AJ in the second half particularly, did you see anything there that you liked development-wise from him? After he didn't start that second half, right?
Yeah, I thought Rylan actually played the best in the first half. So I thought he was fine. Yeah. I thought he was fine, but it's still taking him a little bit of time figure me out and figure it out how we want to do things. I think he's a good shooter. I think he can make shots and all that stuff, but he's got to play to getting downhill and use that body to get to the free throw line.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah, for both of you guys, what was the experience like your first game in Outfield House?
It was good. Just like last year, that would have been like a game we was playing against Tennessee or some big time team, and they came out for an exhibition, so it was pretty good. So it felt good out there.
Yeah, felt great. I went to Northern Illinois, so we never had a crowd like that or a fan base like that. So definitely a blessing. It was definitely fun out there.
Can we have microphones?
David, for you, getting the chance to start, what's
Yeah.
different for you when you start a game versus when you're coming off the bench?
Nothing. I think the only difference is like, I think you have an advantage coming off the bench just because you get to see the flow of the game. You kind of get to see different things. So I think either or, but I think our roles, and we have such a great team that it really doesn't matter who's going to start, who's going to play, or who's going to come off the bench. Like, Zeke didn't start tonight, he had 16 points. Like, it doesn't matter. One game he's going to start, they might have a bigger guard. There's somebody that they want Zeke to match up with, he's going to start. I got to come off and provide the same thing he did. So it really doesn't matter for us.
And for you, just what was working for you offensively?
Moving out the ball and also on the defensive end, trying to cause havoc, get them out their offense, and then obviously that leads to transition. And when you're playing with KJ and Juan, they make it very easy for you to play. So as long as you pressure the ball, make it easy for them to get in the lanes, we get the rebounds, and we get to be in transition, I think we all feel like we're at our best when we do that. So that was probably the way.
Zeke, you had a good showing in the second half. Just what do you think was working well for you then, and how'd you kind of find a rhythm?
Yeah, I think it was, mainly our guards getting downhill and finding me in my open spots, and then obviously KJ being able to play downhill off the pick and roll. So, props to my teammates for, hitting me on the short rolls and finding me on the perimeter to be able to knock down open shots.
David, is it fair to say you just kind of let it go out there and play free?
Yeah.
It doesn't really seem like anything bothers you. It seems like you're just kind of, let's go. I'm ready to play.
Yeah, I think credit to the team. They give me that confidence, tell me, like, let it go. Like, shoot the ball, guard hard, play hard, and, like, we going to live with the result and whatever it is. So I feel so confident playing with them. Obviously, these are the best players I ever played with in my life. So definitely, it's like definitely a relief off my shoulders. So I know I could just plug right in and play my role.
Have you always played like that? Has that been kind of your MO?
For the most part, just knowing we understand that basketball is our outlet. So this is where we want to come and let our hair down and really be ourselves and let loose. So definitely. But I can't say I've always been like that. You go through tough times, so sure. Sometimes it's harder than others. But I definitely try to, though.
And did you know that would be kind of your role here? Like, just come in and give energy and go crazy and don't worry about too much?
Yeah, I didn't really know what my role was. Obviously, coming so late, I really also didn't care what my role was. I just wanted to be on the court and however that looked. So if that means I shoot one shot or I shoot 10, I really don't care as long as I'm playing. So if I got to guard the best guards or whatever to do to get on the court, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't really care.
As you guys are all kind of newcomers, I think Coach Self talked about that transition process of becoming what he wants to see out of a Jayhawk. And he talked about AJ trying to get to be more aggressive. Do you guys have any advice for him, and how does it help with you guys in the process of becoming more familiar and more comfortable out there?
AJ is a great player. I would just say he needs to keep doing what he did and attack the rim. He can shoot the ball. He can do everything on the court. So I wouldn't really read too much into how he's playing right now or how he played or anything. He's a great player. We all know that.
Hey, Rylan, I'm just curious how you're feeling health-wise. It looked like you might have tweaked something late. I'm not sure, but just how are you feeling ahead of the start of the season?
Oh, no, I was just cramping. It was hot in there. I was just cramping. Yeah, my hip feel good, feel pretty healthy. Shout out to all the training staff that got me ready, because normally when I have this injury, it take me a little bit longer to get back, but they were able to help me get out there a little bit earlier than I thought. So shout out to them. But yeah, it was just I was cramping.
On that note, Riley, just walk us through what's the last week been like for you since you suffered the hip flexor injury?
I've had it 3 times before, so it wasn't really anything new. I just had to like be in the training room a lot more. I was really like upset. I was trying to play against Arkansas, but couldn't go that night. So I was just really trying to do everything I could to make sure I got like a game in before real game starts. So, like I said before, shout out to like Chad and all them and Emily and all them for helping me get right early.
And in terms of just your performance tonight, do you feel like you showcased what people can expect going forward?
Yeah, most definitely. Coach Self, he told me before the game, just let it fly, and he really ain't have to tell me that too many times. That's kind of what like I did my whole college career. So just coming here doing the same thing and also getting better at other things. Just pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much I would say what you could kind of expect.
Gary.
David, did you feel good about getting off to such a good start after having no buckets at Arkansas? Did you even think about Arkansas?
I thought about Arkansas, just watching the film, like seeing I liked all my shots. I like how they felt. So the fact that they didn't go in, I think made me feel good. Get a game like that out the way. I think the only problem with Arkansas obviously is that we wanted to win. We wanted to compete better, but bumps in the road come. So making shots, it felt good, but miss or make, as long as they're good shots, I really don't care.
Zeke, what'd you think of the team's three-point shooting? Again, after Arkansas, you guys were so hot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously got our shots up. We took 33 of them, so that's a great number for us considering, we have a fair amount of shooters out there on the floor at the same time. But, I like the shots that we took tonight, especially from, these two guys. The shot selection wasn't bad. I think that's what I liked the most about it. Our guards were able to get downhill and create, open shots for other guys on the perimeter.
Sean. And David, obviously things start for real on Monday. Where do you feel like this team is at heading into the regular season?
I think we have a great team. Like I said, the best team I've ever been on. So I think for us it's about locking in on defense. But I think we're in a good space right now. I think we're getting better every day. I think our practices are getting. I felt like they were very intense when I got here, and they're even getting more intense. So I think that's just gonna help us, and we compete against each other. Like I said, if it's the best team I've been on and we competing heavily every day, I think we got a great shot against anybody. So I feel great about where we are, but I also just got here, so I don't know how we're going to look or how it looks. You know what I'm saying? So I feel good, though.
Zeke, when's the last time you played in here, a game?
Ooh, that's a good question. I want to say, well, it was my junior year, so December of 2020, or my senior year, junior year, December of 2020.
It was Free State.
Against Free State, yep.
You've been waiting for this then, obviously, and maybe didn't know it was going to come. We got to ask you what this was like for you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it meant the world to me just to be out there and have this uniform on, wear it across my chest, and obviously have my family in the audience. I mean, it means a lot. It's a blessing that I even have the opportunity to be here. Not a lot of kids get this chance, so I think my only job now is to go out there and take advantage of it.
How many people here tonight for you?
Estimate about 15, 16.
Okay. And did you wake up this morning knowing, hey, this is actually happening? Did it feel real when you've practiced in here now, you played, you've been a part of this, but this was different, huh?
Yeah, most definitely. I think honestly, I woke up this morning just thinking it's another game. I go out there and try to hoop. I don't worry about, who's in the crowd, none of that stuff. So, but, just when I see them in there, it's definitely, it spikes something in me. But, I don't wake up, just thinking, oh, who am I going to play good for today? But.
Yeah. Diggy, there was a play where you made a pass to Zeke in the corner, and I think you were celebrating even before he took the shot. Just, I don't know, how did you know he was going to make it, and what was so cool about that play for you?
That's how I tell you that. I try to tell you that.
Come on, bro. We know that.
Every time like they shoot, I feel like they're going to make it. Like, I'm telling you, practice, I feel like every time it go up, like, it's the first time I actually been on a team where I felt like every time they shoot, I feel like it's going to go in, so. And I know how the flow of the game was. He just hit one before that, and I'm like, all right, he's seen one going, it's over. Like, I felt good about it.
All right, fellas, thank you.
Appreciate it.